Well, last weekend gave both sides of politics a kick in the backside for playing stupid politics. You take Tasmania. You're told the Liberals there won, and indeed they did, maybe, the state election on Saturday with Premier Jeremy Rockliff declaring victory. But what a known goal. Rockliff actually called this election a year early because his government relied on two ex-Liberal independents who wanted more transparency about his big spending plan for a new AFL stadium. But now it's had a big swing against him, around 10%. He's going to rely on probably 3 Jackie Lambie MPs to form government, and they seem dead against this stadium. But Labor did even worse, can you believe? Less than about 28% of the vote, 29%, hopeless. Or move over to the by-election in South Australia, also on Saturday. There the Liberals managed to lose the seat of Dunstan after former Liberal Premier Stephen Marshall quit there. A swing against the opposition, unheard of, more than 4%. But then federally there was a news poll today showing the Albanese government still ahead, but only just after preferences, 51 to 49%. But Labor with a primary vote now of just 32% of voters. That's appalling. So what to make of this mess of figures? Joining me are Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal President, Steve Conroy, former Labor Senator and Cabinet Minister. Well, Michael Kroger, what do you make? What's the big takeout of all these polls and elections?
Well, the electorate's disenchanted. They want politicians who've got ideas. They want politicians who've got vision. They want politicians who've are prepared to risk their careers on great principles. What they don't want are the second-rate policies that a lot of parties seems to be putting up, mealy-mouthed midget policies. They want people who've got vision and ideas. Because people want their best, they want to believe their best days are ahead of them. They look at some of the things being offered and they think, well, that's not going to help me much. So
I'm going
to vote for the other mob.
Yep. What did you make of it?
Yeah, no, I think there's a little bit both teams can take out of it, but I think Michael's pretty much on the spot at the moment. The crushing weight of the interest rate rises, the economic pressure people are under because of the cost of living increases across the board are starting to really bite. And if you're an incumbent, you're starting to feel that. So Rockliff certainly felt that on the weekend. Albo in that poll.
Election with a stupid AFL stadium thing.
Look, that's 150,000 people signed up to be members of the new Tassie Devils.
But Steve, you know that's a joke. All they had to do was pay $10. $10. And they got some stickers or something. I mean, who wouldn't sign up a group of people?
You think you'd say to the AFL, listen, you may not have noticed, but there's a cost of living crisis, so perhaps we can't spend $700 or $800 on the stadium. Could we have the team and use the facilities we've got, perhaps upgrade them, but perhaps not $700 or $800 million right at the minute?
Well, be fair, it's going to be $1 billion. There isn't anyone.
It'll be $1 billion. It'll be $1 billion. Look, Andrew, people are absolutely skint. People are down to their last $1,000. People are really struggling.
I don't think comes a premier saying we're going to build a massive.
But I'm sorry, how ridiculous is that?
Well,
right?
Got the
what governments need to do at a state level, they've got to start reducing the cost of fines and state government taxes and charges, reduce the cost of car registration, do something which is going to have a practical effect on people's cost of living at the minute. But of course, most state governments have bankrupted their state.
I think you've ignored the Herald Sun poll.
Well, in Victoria,
John Pursuto is climbing. Pursuto is on fire.
They can't do it in Victoria.
I just wish your mob of bankrupted undermining would stop it.
Your mob have bankrupted Victoria, so they can offer no relief here. That's one of the problems in Victoria.
Why don't you just get behind John Pursuto, Michael, and just come on, say it now. He's a great leader. He'll lead them to the next election.
He's up 4% in the polls.
Come on, just say that. Come on,
he's doing well.
I'm behind John Pursuto.
Yeah, everyone's behind him. He's up 4%. Absolutely.
But honestly, the whole thing, it's like a midget country out there in politics. It's midget country. I mean, when Labor's got a primary vote federally of 32%, I mean, what on earth is going on? I'm not saying the Liberals are doing all that much better, but 32%.
No, I mean, clearly the government have not yet got on top of, in the people's minds, the cost of living crisis and that they can do more. Now, I saw the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers. He was hinting at relief in the upcoming budget, and I would hope it's substantial, whether it's in energy or whether it's in some other form of payment.
Rent relief.
Yeah, so all of those sorts of things. I think they, both state and federal government.
The idea was to wait until closer to the election to do something.
Well, the budget's budget. I would agree. If people get, you know what it's like, if people get it in their mind,
Correct.
then they wait with the baseball bats. So I think they've got to be seen to be building more houses, not just having conferences with other politicians saying, you know, we all commit to, I mean, if we all wait for 8 state and territory governments to commit to do anything, we're all, you know, in trouble. So just get out there and start building houses. Just start doing it.
And Michael, Steve, there's not the people out there to build them, and you will not build them fast enough. I mean,
Correct.
yes, build houses. How about turn off the tap of the mass immigration?
Yeah, correct.
That doesn't build any more houses, though.
That's the problem. You can't have
build any more houses.
You can't have
Cutting off
500
migration does not build any more houses.
Steve,
There's a shortage today.
Right now, the people you're bringing in are building houses for the people
let's pretend I agree. Let's pretend
that Australians right here feel
pretend
better.
I agree with you, but that does not solve. Let's pretend we've done it. That doesn't solve the crisis today. It does nothing other than drive up prices more because we don't have enough labour coming into the country to build them.
The one thing about this is, all right, Peter Dutton's popularity is still way below Albanese's, but Albanese's not that popular himself. The thing is, despite that, he has made the Liberals competitive in a way that few people would give him put money on, a year and a half ago.
I never take any notice of the preferred leader poll because that poll is already factored into the two-party preferred vote. And remember this, Andrew, at a federal level. The most important thing is to be respected, not to be liked. I mean, Malcolm Fraser has the biggest electoral victory in Australian history in 1975.
And
he's also got the second biggest victory in Australian political history in 1977. I knew Malcolm incredibly well. He's a very close friend of mine for many years. Let me tell you this: Malcolm wasn't all that likeable. He wasn't an easy person to like, but they respected him. People respected him.
Now, look, I think Michael makes a good point. Okay, I think leadership and strong leadership, it's important. But the thing you've got to disaggregate in the national polls, whether it's the one just out tonight in The Age or it's the news poll this morning, okay, is that the electorate doesn't vote on a countrywide basis. It votes in seats in states.
Correct.
And in South Australia, what that poll and an actual vote showed that the Liberals could lose a seat. In Queensland the week before, what it showed was Labor are in trouble, possibly in some heartland seats. And then you look at Tasmania and you go, Jackie Lambie's preferences are going to determine a couple of seats in Tasmania.
But an alliance with Jackie Lambie, I think, with the Liberals, as you've told me before the break, probably lasts less than 6 months. Steve Conroy and Michael Kroger, thank you both so much.
Thanks, Andrew.